Great. Start recording.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
The room is filling up. Fantastic. All right, we will start now. And everyone who's willing to join, we will let him in. So welcome to the first Unicorn online pitch of the GSA region. I'm so excited. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing? Are you great? I know that it's a bit late for some of you who are from the US and so on. It's already like 12 p.m. So I'm more than happy that you're joining us today. My name is Irene Kalubi. I'm from Germany. I'm the managing director of brandPreneurs and brandFluencers. We support pioneers, visionaries, and change makers in the area of community building, branding, and corporate influencer strategy to position themselves as a sustainable brand, both offline and online. I also work as a coach and advisor for different accelerators, incubators, and research centers. And I'm also an expert advisor at the EIC of the European Commission for the Horizon 2020 program. Some of you might know or heard about it. And I'm also part of an angel business network that is called Go Beyond, and we invest in early stage startups from 50K to 500K. And I've been a partner of Startup.Network for about 2 years now. I started, like many of you here, as a judge. It was the first, it was offline, by the way. It was the first event in Berlin when they started in Germany. And then I turned into their partner. And then last year, Marina asked me if I'm willing to host some events for them here in the German-speaking area. And I said, yes, of course, I'll do it. Let's give it a try. And of course, it will not be the first time or the last time. In fact, please save the date. The next event will take place on the 20th of May. And we will have a special event in cooperation with Prime Crowd. And I'm so happy that she's here. Hello, Svenja Larsen. She will be collaborating with us. She has a great network of female investors. So I guess you are the largest female investors network in the German-speaking area, right? And
Yeah.
steadily growing and growing and growing, right?
Right. Yeah, we are happy to do so, and happy that you're on board as well, and looking forward to the 20th of May.
Great. However, men are also warmly welcome. Everyone who says, I'm supporting female entrepreneurship, go ahead, get in touch with us and try to support us as best as you can. And not to forget our great partner of this current event, which is Ferdinand from Founder Institute Berlin. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. But he will also have the opportunity to introduce himself, right? So do all the judges that are currently here also have the opportunity to introduce themselves. And dear startups, even though you might not be winning, use this as an opportunity to network and get in touch with them. So listen carefully what they have to offer. Maybe there's a perfect match for you out there, okay? So I would love to hand out to the organizer, in fact, of this event, who set up this event, I think like more than 12 years, 13 years ago. Welcome, Marina. Thank you for having me. Thank you for supporting me in setting up this whole event.
Thank you, Ren, so much. Your chairman as always, and we got acquainted 1 year ago, as you mentioned, during our Frankfurt offline event. So it was great. And here's Peter also. He was at that event, and he's going to be the next one who will take the floor. So I'm very happy to see you all here, to see new faces, to see our regular judges and our regular guests. And as you know, Unicorn Battles is the largest world pitch contest, and we're having contests globally each quarter. So we have 3 layers, like Unicorn Pitches is the local layer, and the local round, and then we have a continental round like Unicorn Battles, and then we have the global round like Unicorn Cup. So the winner of today's Unicorn Pitches will participate at my next Unicorn Battles in Western Europe, which is going to take place April 22nd. So a couple of words about the organizers. As always, so we're a group of companies, and beside the platform, Startup.Network is the platform where startups can be registered, so investors can be registered. And then we have the events like Unicorn Battles, the largest world pitch contest. And then we have also the Network VC Syndicate Fund based in California, that's for angels. And also we have the VC House, which is for VCs, where VCs can find the lead investor or can co-invest. And also beside that, we have accelerating programs, sci-fi, and we also have network investments. So thank you very much for your attention. I'll be helping Irene with the event today. It's the debut of Irene as our partner, and I'm very happy that she took this role. And Irene, I'm passing the floor back to you.
Thank you very much, Marina. So I would also directly pass on the word to Ferdinand. Here you are. Maybe you can tell the people a little bit about the Founder Institute. You are still on mute? Yeah.
Yes, I just saw that. Thanks for the mic and thanks for the warm words. I will say some words and hope to see many great startups later on tonight. So as Irene already said, I'm Ferdinand, lead director of the Founder Institute Berlin, and I'll show you a little bit what we do. Basically, what if a founder has an idea but lacks the focus and the support to build a company out of it? That's exactly where we help. As the only independent idea stage accelerator that provides the necessary structure, network, 14 weeks of pressure to validate, define, and found a solid and impactful company, starting just from an idea or a problem. We do that locally with the support of more than 350 mentors and now more than 90 graduates, one of them being a global zebra. Once they grow global, they can tap into a global network of over 200 cities, more than 18,500 mentors, and over 4,500 startups. We're fully diverse and inclusive through our unique approach to recruitment and onboarding. We provide ultra-fast validation and are independent and hands-on. I'm looking forward to see you enjoy some of our cool companies later on. Thanks for your attention. And yeah, thanks for the invitation, Irene, and organizing this great event.
Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful. So how does the agenda look like? So first of all the jury members will have the opportunity to introduce themselves, and then we will quickly move forward to the pitches, which will be conducted in the chronological order as you can see on the website. Every startup will have 3 minutes to pitch, and we will have to be harsh. If the time is over, we will have to interrupt you. I know it's not very polite, but this time we agreed on that. Afterwards, you have 3 minutes time to answer the Q&A questions from the jury members. So it's an open round. Everyone who wants to raise a question, please lift his hand or just write a Q in the chat box, and I will ask him to ask the question. So here again, when the 3 minutes are over, we will have to interrupt you again. At the end of the day, we will have, as Marina already pointed out, a winner who will have the opportunity to move forward to the next round and participate at the Unicorn Battle, which will be in Eastern and Western Europe. And if you even move further, you will have the opportunity to attend the Unicorn Cup finals, right? So don't worry. You will still have most of the startups still get the opportunity to network with the bunch of investors we have here and business angels. So use the opportunity to make the most out of it. So, and if you have any questions, just write it down in the chat. Marina and I will try to support you as far as we can. And then we will do like open networking opportunity. I will leave this room available for another 1 hour. So anyone who wants to network or have a one-on-one conversation, just let me know. I will leave you out into breakout sessions if you wish so. So everything clear so far, or are there any questions before we start?
Yeah, just one question, because my voting link does not work. So if anyone can help me and send me over a new link,
I will take care of you.
Thanks a lot, because I opened it from the email, but it does not open. So if you have any
same with me.
Also,
I also don't have voting link.
Everybody, it's like if you just open and you scroll, and you should see the startups and the rating from 1 till 5 under each startup. And please check in the right upper corner. You should see your avatar that you are logged in. You should see your personal avatar in the upper right corner, and then you just scroll down.
When we go in there, and then in my, and then it's account, mailing, and my contacts.
Okay,
Does
anybody
everyone
have
have
with the voting link, just write me in privately in the chat, and I will assist you, okay?
Yes, thanks.
Yes, we still have a bit of time to sort it out while the jury members are presenting themselves. So I would just call up in the chronological order as I can see you on my screen. So I would say, let's start with Kristen Scherer. So you have like 30 to 60 seconds to present yourself. Welcome.
Hey guys, thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Chris. I am co-founder and CEO of the marketplace mytalents.com, and I'm very happy to be here tonight to pitch in front of you. I think, yes, excited to talk to you later.
Oh, that was very short, but thank you. Well, welcome. And please do as Pretty did. She just wrote her link to her LinkedIn profile into the chat. So feel free to connect with one another. Thank you. So next one is Mark Schillinger. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mark. I'm CEO and co-founder of eCollect. eCollect is a Swiss fintech-based company, and we are operated out of a couple of countries. So more to come later. Happy to be here, and very excited to pitch later on.
Thank you. So we have Sergey next from Morphosis.
Yeah, hi. My name is Sergey. Herzliche Grüße alle. So I'm a managing partner of Morphosis Capital Partners. We are headquartered in Singapore. We have offices in Bangkok and Thailand. I also work with a couple of family offices that have interests in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and United States. So we work with early stage startups with investments up to $500,000 and with interests in digital technologies that are able to be scalable up to 7,500 million valuation for the company. Thank you.
Thank you too. Next we have Caroline Grau.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caroline Grau. I am Vice President of Picos Capital. Picos is an early stage VC firm with headquarters in Munich and New York. And we are also focusing on investments in the early stages. Our ticket sizes are between 250K and 1 million euros in the first round. And we are interested in various industries from prop tech, HR tech, fintech, healthcare, logistics, and some more. Our portfolio is about 80 firms and we invest globally. What is special about Picos? Special is we are privately financed. This means we can invest very fast and flexible. And we also offer founders support in further fundraising rounds in the hiring process or strategic and operational decisions.
Thank you. Welcome. Next one we have Pablo.
Hello there. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, very well.
Hi, I'm Pablo Ettinger. I'm a serial entrepreneur and angel investor based in London, which is where I'm talking from. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of great businesses tonight.
Fantastic. So do we. Thanks for being here. So I will skip Christina. She's from startup. Yasha, I'm not sure. You're not a judge. Vladimir is from a startup. Then we have next Svenja.
Yes, thanks a lot, Irene. Great to be here. So my name is Svenja Lassen. I'm Managing Director of Prime Crowd Germany. We are a startup investor network originally from Austria, and all my colleagues are based in Vienna. And what we do is matchmaking. So we help startups that are looking for funding in between seed and growth stages between 300K and 2 million, do like, different focus like sustainability, health and medtech, and digital economy. And what Irene already mentioned, I founded the Female Investors Network within Prime Crowd because my biggest wish is to get more diversity in our startup ecosystem. So as well on the investor side, as well on the startup side. And this is why we are here to help and to build this up. And so please be keen on what's coming up next on the 20th. Thanks. I'm looking forward to tonight and really, curious about all the pitches.
Fantastic. Great to have you tonight, Svenja. Next one is Anna Dektereva.
Hello, guys. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. I'm Anna Dektereva, CEO and founder of Happy Farm Business Accelerator. I live and work in New York City. So we work with early stage tech startups. I'll be happy to help. So let's link up. And good luck tonight.
Great. Oh, it's so funny. Larry Hammer said, I would love to pitch, but I'm trying to figure out where to sign up. Last second. Great. We'll see. Then we have Marios, correct?
Hey, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I am an architect. I'm Marios Mesos, first of all. I'm an architect and CEO of Metricos, and we are building solutions for the construction industry. And I'm happy to pitch later on.
Ah, sorry. I thought you're also part
I took the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Nice one. Yes, exactly. Then he's definitely one of the judges. Sebastian Goldfuss, please.
Oh, hello, everybody. So my name is Sebastian. I'm from Danube Angels. First of all, Irene, thank you for the invitation. So Danube Angels is an Austrian crowd investing platform selecting early stage and growth companies from the DACH and CEE region and offer them to investors and business angels starting from €1,000. So thank you very much and good luck, all the startup companies.
Welcome on board. Next we have, I have to figure out who is here, investor. Preeti.
Namaste from India. My name is Preeti Chaudhary and I'm founder of LinkedIn Local India. Into partnerships and alliances for a few funds and angel investors. Logged in from India today. Our average ticket size is 25K to 150K US dollars. Primarily geographical location within India, but open for partnerships onto the rest of the world. Happy to help anyone with their Indian aspirations. Thank you, Irene, for having me over. Congratulations and well done on your debut. Me and LinkedIn Local India are also startup battle partners for India. So I'm looking forward to today. All the best to everybody pitching. May the best team win. Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for your support, Preeti. Next we have Sudhir Kadam, please.
Hi, this is Sudhir Kadam from FIDA Growth Partners based in the Silicon Valley, but I have spent a lot of time in Europe. Okay, 22 years ago, I was in Munich, and one of my portfolio companies is in Switzerland. You know, they're in AR/VR. So FIDA's portfolio companies largely are B2B frontier tech startups in AI, NLP, AR, VR, computer vision, IoT, robotics, and autonomous enterprises. Okay, my role is venture building to put startups on early adoption on the right go-to-market path and provide market access for them to grow. 4 of our startups had very successful exits, and these are in application areas like location apps, video streaming, industrial IoT for transportation. And the last startup in cybersecurity was acquired by McAfee in 2019. So we welcome companies with early growth, product market fit, and repeatable traction, and look forward to connecting some of these companies here. Thank you.
Thank you too, Sudhir. So then we'll move on with Jim Thomas, please.
Hi, everyone. Jim Thomas. I'm a partner at venture firm Kirinaga. We're an early stage venture firm based here in Orlando, Florida. We're seeing a massive influx from the traditional communities in New York and in California, and really excited to put, our target funding is usually 1 to 5 million. And what we're seeing is the runway in Florida really supports taking early stage to commercialization. But we also see Florida as the crossways to the world. And so we look for international partners and international opportunities. So great to be with you guys today.
Thank you, Jim. Then I will move on to Judge Georg Reiferscheid. He wrote it down for me, as not to forget that you're a judge, right?
Actually, I just took the role model from Preeti because she wrote it, so I just said, okay, let's go ahead with this. Yeah, hi everyone. So my name is Georg Reiferscheid. Thanks, first of all, Irene, for inviting, and congrats to all the startups that have been selected. So I'm very much looking forward to the 20 amazing pitches later. Yeah, I'm the founder and managing director of GNL Ventures. With GNL Ventures, we offer long-term sparring as a service. So sparring as a service, the abbreviation is SPARS, which is in German the word for fun. So we offer long-term sparring. We ask the right questions and we help founders and their startups and their teams to find the right why before they start working long hours every day. We offer, besides sparring, national in Germany, especially a community which is called Young Founders Club. So everyone is invited to join our community. We have a free Slack channel and regular meetings, several formats. We also have one of our members actually pitching today. So I'm very, very happy and always driven by working with young founders and developing ideas, people and startups. So looking forward, and let's get connected.
Fantastic. So next one, Paul Putz, please. You're still on mute, Paul.
So I'm talking to myself. Great. Hello, everybody. So in addition to what Sebastian already mentioned on Danube Angels, I would just like to add, as a founder of this platform and Angel Network, we are very happy and welcome any kind of initiatives putting some highlight to this ecosystem of the German-speaking countries. So great initiative. We are also part of the juries in other Unicorn events, but that you together brought this event to our country and to our neighbors is a great thing. We're looking forward to interesting pitches, and to all of the audience, have fun, enjoy, and a good time. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. So I have a bit of difficulties in figuring out who's SMA and MN. Are you a judge? MN and SMA?
Oh, hi. I'm very sorry. Can you see me? I think camera angel is quite strange. I'm very sorry. I'm actually not a founder. I'm just interested here and like to grab some ideas. And
by the way.
I'm very sorry. I know the problem. My camera is currently at a friend, like my usual one.
But you look very extraordinary, no?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in 1 year, so congrats.
Fantastic.
I found a new trick how to get attention. Thank you.
I love the technology, so.
So we have also Selçuk as a judge. Selchuk? Or anyone else from the judges who's willing to present himself? Just feel free to unmute yourself. Subrata, Patra, you can go ahead.
Good day, good morning, good evening. My name is Subrata Patra, based out of Bangalore, India. I'm the managing partner at Idea Capital Ventures, as well as a venture partner with R Ventures. We typically invest up to $10 million, across industry. We primarily focus on India and gradually increasing our startup portfolio around the world. Very happy to be on the judge board today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Who else wants to introduce himself? Still looking, but I guess we should have them all. I know that some of the judges will also be joining later on. However, I think that now it's time to get started, right? So I would welcome on stage Crispify. Who from Crispify is there tonight to present? Not there yet, Crispify? So we're going to skip them and move on to the next one. Or did I hear something? Tachyon Systems, please. That's not there. But I know that definitely CoolBeez is there already. CoolBeez.
All right. Can you see? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Do you have a presentation that you want to share with us?
Yes, of course.
I will make you a co-host.
Okay.
Should be working now.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, so I'm Alexei, co-founder of CoolBeez, based in Berlin. CoolBeez solves a serious problem for online shops, which is if I recommend you something that I bought online, chances are that you will Google it or buy it on Amazon, but not at the original online shop that sold me what I recommended to you. So my recommendation has no economic value for the original shop. Our solution helps bring that original online shop back into the recommendation loop. And it works like this. If you buy something from a shop connected to CoolBeez, a couple of weeks later, you get a message. If you liked what you bought, why don't you recommend it to friends? Here is a link to your recommendation that can be shared in one click. If they buy as well, you will get a discount code on your next purchase from us. We started onboarding online shops in Germany in August of last year. At the moment, we have 61 online shops connected to CoolBeez. The results are very good. People who go to online shops from CoolBeez recommendations have a 7% chance of becoming customers. If you're familiar with e-commerce, it's times more than industry average. Our business model is quite simple. We take a commission on successful orders that come through us. The market is, of course, huge. We don't target the likes of Amazon, at least not yet, but 90% of online shops in the world can use our services. That gives us approximately 14 million online shops in the world. an over 4 billion euros global potential market. Oops. I hate to say it, but COVID obviously increased our market quite a lot. This is an example of our primary target, Shopify-based online shops in Germany. The number basically doubled in 3 months last year, and it keeps growing. Our main competition is referral programs. We differ from them in 2 main aspects. First of all, we focus on product experience rather than on shop or brand experience, which we find much more effective, and our statistics confirm that. And on top of that, we are performance-based, which is more cost-effective for participating shops. We confirmed our initial go-to-market channels, and we have a customer acquisition cost recovery time of approximately 8 months. Our management team is largely based in Berlin. 3 co-founders, myself, Galia, and Sergey. Maria Paus is our head of sales. We together share many years of successfully working together, starting and building successful companies in Eastern Europe, in finance industry, in China, in retail. Maria previously used to be head of sales of itembase.com, a Berlin and California-based integrator of services for online shops. We are now raising a pre-seed round of 250K, which is pretty much finished at the moment. I'm glad to say that at least one of the judges is an investor in our company. This will be sufficient to get us to 5,000 connected shops within approximately a year, get a technical connectivity to at least 80% of all online shops in the world, and get us ready to the next round. And that will be it, and I will be happy to answer your questions.
Fantastic, just in time. Dear judges, now it's up to you. Any questions to CoolBeez?
Okay, I probably have a question. How you are protected from the competition, and what is unique about the solution? Because so far as I see, I mean, it's a great solution, it works well, but is there any uniqueness about it, and how quickly it can be copied by your competitors?
Well, as we all know, anything can be copied, provided sufficient financial and human resources, right? As I mentioned, our main competition is referral programs, because they are employing the same recommendation and mechanics that we do. We are more effective because our recommendations are based on products, and at the same time, it's much more difficult to copy, because in order to be product specific, we need to maintain copies of catalogs of all participating online shops. We have approximately 30 million SKUs in our database at the moment, which is, it can be copied, of course, but it would take a large company to copy that.
Mm-hmm. Next question, please.
I would have one more question.
Yes.
How do you plan to do your sales, and how do you want to scale your customer base in the next months and years?
Excuse me, say it again.
How do you do what is your sales strategy?
Our sales strategy is pretty simple. We started with basically cold calling online shops. Now we are targeting multipliers such as agencies who work with online shops. We launched our own affiliate program for such agencies. Agencies, web design agencies, marketing agencies, companies who would have online shops as customers. In the future, we are planning to work with a larger multipliers, such as companies who provide services for online shops, the same item base. For example, we are in advanced discussions of cooperation with them. Affiliate aggregators and companies like that. So
great. Time is up now. Thank you, CoolBeez. Let's move on to the next startup. I would like to continue with Clean Ocean Coatings, please.
Oh, just one quick question. Sorry, do we judge directly after the pitch?
It would be the easiest way. Still, at the end, you will have like a couple of minutes, but I guess it would be easier if you give your vote immediately after the pitching of each startup.
And we're also judging the investment potential. So 5 is the highest investment potential and 1 is the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
So I start, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, then I start sharing my screen. And you should be able to see a presentation right now. Is that
yes,
true?
We do. That's true.
Cool. One of our biggest global problems is invisible, hidden underneath the surface. The commercial shipping industry struggles with algal barnacle growth. This leads to up to 40% higher fuel consumption and an estimated damage of $150 billion annually. Therefore, more than 80,000 tons of anti-foulings are applied every year, leaching toxins and microplastic into the ocean. For shipping companies who need an anti-fouling solution, our product, e-coating, is a toxin-free coating. Unlike self-polishing coatings, our product is chemically and mechanically stable. Our magic is a uniquely smooth surface, which is easy to clean. And it is at least 2 years more durable than conventional coatings. So we sell the coating for the material price the first year and with an annual fee over the lifetime. Our target market is the global marine coatings market, which is in the size of $11 billion, and it is forecasted to grow by 7%. We address the global shipping industry because they have the biggest need for a durable solution. And starting with Germany, there are 3,140 vessels belonging to 315 shipping companies. For market entry, we have our advisor and potential partner, HazyTech, who has an ultrasound technique additionally to coating. They want to introduce us to their customers who are open to innovation. E-coating beats the competition because it is beneficial beyond sustainability. 80% of the market is owned by 5 global players, and 90% of the ship and boat owners still use conventional coatings. The others rather use no anti-fouling than any of the alternative because they still lag behind in durability and practicability. So what is next? We are in the midst of incorporation and IP transfer, and we just sold a 25 square meter test batch. Next, we will be coating a solar catamaran from Solar Water World Berlin in May. And we are negotiating to coat a whole cargo vessel in Q1 2022. Then we want to be ready for go-to-market before shipping companies have to pay COT certificates in 2023. The time is now. And our vision is a clean ocean. And to make our vision come true, we are looking for 250,000 euros to have 12 months more runway, get a bigger production machine, and pre-finance the material for the pilot. Who are we? That is me, an international experienced engineer, and Patricia, who developed the coating the past 6 years. This is our product, eCoating, the best for the boat and the environment, and we are Clean Ocean Coatings.
Thanks a lot, Christina, for the great presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Judges.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sustainable solutions are always well taken. But I would like to get to know a little bit more about the pricing. You said there's one initial cost and then a yearly fee. Could you tell us a little bit more about the pricing and even like compared to competitors?
Yeah, so from the customer interviews, we know that they pay between 8 to 30 euros per square meter. And for us still, it is a little bit complicated to calculate the final price because all the test patches are painted by hand. And we are in the validation of the spray application where the film will be thinner. But we expect to be, if we would sell it normally, we would come out in the premium price area. And with the new business model, we would have to see. Because it said that not all of the shipping companies are a good opportunity to use this, since vessels are sold regularly, and so it will be hard to get the contracts done, but we're still looking into how to do this. Because the entry barrier is really high. It is a big risk for the shipping companies to try out our coating, and this is one approach.
So Christina, I have a question for you. How long have you been researching on this product?
It is 8 years now. It started at University Kiel at the coast of Germany in research project between university and the Firestone AG. And we are the spin-off of this AG.
Okay. So that's why I was wondering how you're making that 5-year claim. So you have been in this research for a long time. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina. This is Gaurav from Arit Ventures. Christina, are you familiar with laser-based surface engineering technologies that some of the North American companies are using to address this ocean engineering problem?
Laser what? Sorry, I did not understand it.
Laser technologies that are used in surface engineering for shipping companies across the globe. There are few North American startups in US and Canada particularly that are using laser-based technologies to improve fouling, resistance, and come up with an alternative to coating. I think that is something you probably might want to look into. I have worked with ceramic coatings quite a bit for a long part of my life. It's not on the shipping side, but more on the petroleum refineries and others. But just something to keep in mind that the traditional challenges that come up with coatings, including the life, the fouling, which you correctly presented. There are quite a few startups that are going to the next level to bring a permanent solution. Yeah, and I can share with you some of the names of those companies you could take a look at.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, we're working together with this ultrasound technique company, and from their answer is, I mean, you still need a corrosion protection. It is steel vessels. And so they believe there is no time without any coating. But of course, we as well, we see the anti-fouling management of tomorrow is not only a coating. Because biocide-free hard coatings won't stay free of coating completely.
Thank you so much.
In addition.
Thank you so much. We have to move on, I'm afraid. So I would like
thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. I would like to welcome SkillsNavigate, please. Vladimir.
Hello,
the stage is yours.
Okay, I'm really happy to be here. I will start sharing my screen in 1 second. Okay, so do you see my screen? Do you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, great.
Okay, perfect. Let's start. So as you know, my name is Vladimir and I am founder of SkillsNavigate, which is a platform where we are navigating your skills towards a secure future while we are bridging the skills gap with the power of AI. Okay, we are living in a skill-based economy, which means that no longer will college degree land a dream job for you. And the thing is that world is changing and it's changing much faster than expected. Because of the effects of Industry 4.0, which are amplified with the effects of COVID-19, we came to the point where job disruption is 2 times more than it was initially expected. Altogether, this is bringing us to the point where 81% of companies will need to adapt to remote work and to digitize work processes. 85 million jobs are fading away because of division of labor between human and machines, and there is 97 million talent shortages due to Industry 4.0. Altogether, over 1 billion people will face growing inequality and mass unemployment. That means that we need to act fast. And this is why we invented Silatha. Silatha is the world's first AI-powered skills identity record generator, which captures behavioral, demographic, and strategic data. And actually, it stands for Skills Identity Data Automated Real-Time Analytics. Actually, the process is pretty straightforward. There's only 3 steps. First, we do the skill assessment. Second, we are measuring the skills gap. And the third step is that we are bridging the skills gap. The business model is also pretty simple. So we are making our solution affordable, which means that expert trainees and teams can use our tool for small recurring monthly subscription. And also they can participate in a learning path and pay only one-time fee for learning path and one-on-one sessions with the experts. Labor market worldwide, we are talking about 3 billion employees, 182 million job disrupted, 95 million companies, and over 1 billion people who are affected. The competition actually is not doing a lot in this direction. So there is a lot of online platforms for e-learning, but all of them have one thing together, and that is that 7% of the people who participate in online courses are finishing the courses. With SkillsNavigate, we are expecting this number to be over 80% because we are the only one who do skill assessment. And the roadmap is that we are finalizing MVP, we are onboarding more experts and trainees, we are expanding our team, and we are looking forward to launch our platform in Q2 2021. Our team is a team of experts, from career experts, from brand designer, economist, me as a project manager, and then there is a development team as well. Also, we are onboarding 2 data scientists as we speak. And what we are looking for is that we are looking to raise 500K in order to expand our team and also to become the next unicorn. Thank you for your time and for your attention. I am looking forward to see your questions.
Yes, this is a very interesting business model, and I love startups with high level of confidence, right? So what do you think of the next unicorn, dear judges?
I would have one question.
Sure.
Could you maybe make an example of a use case, or what will be the first area or type of learning that you will focus on?
So what we are aiming for is that we help people to up and reskill. So we will first start with organizations and small teams. So we want to help them to compete better and to emerge stronger from these changing times.
Okay, so there's no specific use case, like a certain industry or a certain specific
Yes, there
use
is.
case?
So we are focusing on the top emerging skills like data scientists, machine learning, AI, and all the companies actually in high tech.
Yes.
One question regarding the skill set. So you were mentioning skills like machine learning, etc. What about the, let's say, social competence, interpersonal area, psychology based, etc.? How do you assess these qualifications and skills, and how do you develop them?
Amazing question. We developed a specialized method actually to access the soft skills, hard skills, and also to do the personality test, because we strongly believe it's not only what you know to do, it's also what you plan to do in your life, because our goal is to help people to build the core skills while maximizing their opportunities for personal fulfillment, career growth, and business sustainability. Okay.
Can you maybe be a little bit more concrete regarding psychological buildings?
Okay,
Do you have a special model behind or a special theory?
Yes, we have a special model. So what we do skill assessment, which is based on two approaches. One is personality test. The second test we are doing is hard skill. So we are assessing the hard skills. Then we are, every person or organization is getting the score, unique score, based on which we are deciding what would be, or machine learning method is deciding what would be the best learning path for this special case.
Okay, probably voice out some of the other judges' concerns, I think. When investors hear that no one is doing this currently right now, as you said, especially if also the company is not from the Silicon Valley, they become wary. I mean, if no one is doing that, especially the big names in terms of, you know, skills testing, skills alert, skills coaching, then there is some reason for that. Why you think is so?
Okay, so what we think is that so far all the big big players were focusing only on sales. So they were only selling pre-recorded content. There were no interaction between the trainees and experts. So we believe that actually this is the reason why the competition rate is only 7%. So there is a problem. And we strongly believe that we resolve this problem because using our system, only the persons who have applicable skill set can assess certain learning path. For example, if you would like Sergey to attend a machine learning course, you can sign up on Coursera, but you will probably not end up finishing it if you don't have a pre-knowledge. SkillsNavigate will give you the path and say, okay, listen, stay for a while. We are offering you this path. If you go through this path, you will certainly get there in 8 months, for example.
But there are learning paths on LinkedIn, for example.
Yes, but not in this way. So there is no skill assessment in place. There is no learning course on LinkedIn where somebody is assessing your skills and really understanding what you know to do and measuring it in a way.
So on your platform, it will be experts, real human minds that will be assessing the skills.
Exactly.
Which means that your expenses will be higher at the moment you will penetrate other markets and you will grow.
Actually, that's a huge opportunity because we have a sharing revenue model, which means that experts are also receiving the commission for skill assessment. So they are highly motivated to help people to discover their skills and to analyze them.
Fantastic. Thanks again, SkillsNavigate.
Thank you a lot. Okay.
Yes. So we'll move on to the next startup, which is eCollect. They claim to be Europe's leading receivables management platform. That sounds very promising. Mark Schillinger, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm just gonna upload the screen. All right, everybody. Hello, my name is Mark. I'm CEO and co-founder of eCollect. eCollect is a Swiss-based fintech company. We are servicing the entire receivables management platform on one platform cross-border in different countries. We operate out of 3 locations.
Hello? Can you please unmute yourself? Anyone who just joined? I don't know if it's Benjamin. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to start again. Okay, we operate our business out of 3 locations, Germany, Switzerland, and Bulgaria, and we do so with 45 international employees. We currently have 600,000 active customers. You may call them debtors on the platform, and we have contractual relationship agreement with 3,000 corporate to mid-sized clients. I'm always say, you know, this magic cannot happen with a great experienced management team. I've been a board member in this industry for the last 15 years, and we all have proven track record when it comes from management, but also on teams in scaling business model into different areas. This is what we do, and this is our process, and this, I would say, is unique in Europe. We have full API integration. We pull metadata from our clients, and the tech system creates a white label invoice and sends it out to the consumer on behalf of our client. The invoice includes a pay link, a QR code, or a link to pay, and it makes it very convenient to the consumer to pay the invoice. Our system then continuously matching payments, and if an invoice is not paid, the system then starts after a certain time with the reminder process, also as a white label approach and on behalf of our clients. If the reminder process then fails, the claim will then run into an open debt, and we as eCollect will then start the collection process, and we do so currently in 35 countries. We also have an omni-channel platform fully embedded into the platform, so that consumer can very conveniently communicate with us. And similar is true for the payment. We also have a payment service provider included in the platform, so that we can, until today, offer 60 alternative payment methods as well as currency to pay either in the invoice, the dunning, or the collection process. By onboarding a collection portfolio, our AI-driven platform selects individual communication channels per consumer. This means that we will contact and communicate to consumer very individually on their preferred communication channel, and therefore increase the individual customer journey throughout the platform. For example, we communicate to a Generation Y person with a fancy wording, colorful email, or a chatbot versus the Generation Baby Boomer with a formal letter or a call. As we are a modern fintech company, we offer all different UX dashboards on the consumer side, but also on the client side, and we are very transparent and fully open-minded towards our client, which is also somehow unique in this industry. The market potential is huge. We have 150 billion last year on payments transactions. 4.5 billion were late transactions, and the average B2C invoice value is roughly 15 euros. So the market as itself is huge. The competitive landscape is also, we talk about a large European landscape on collection companies, but our unique offering, and this is why we say, okay, we're the technical front runners, that we offer dunning, invoicing, and collection and one platform, and this cross-border, and this really is unique in our industry. We have continuously for the last 3 years increased revenues by more than 100%, and we are trying to aim the 5.4 million by this year. We have onboarded 3 large clients already for this year, so this is more or less safe, and we have been also awarded to some of the awards, namely the Rocket Tech Ship Award. We have been selected top 5 Swiss fintech company and other awards as well. We are asking for 1 to 2 million on the equity side, to scale the platform, to go in other European countries, but also follow our clients into other European countries. As we have a couple large corporations on the platform, they are now demanding our service into other European countries, and we just need cash now to expand into other European countries. That's it. I'm open for questions. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Mark, for the great presentation. Dear jury members, any open questions? Mark, you just made them speechless.
I don't know if that is a good or a bad sign.
I think it's a good sign. But still, I think there probably might be, yes, I could see some thumbs up here. So it's a positive sign.
I'd like to probably ask, since currently it's being launched in Switzerland, how easy do you think it's going to be? I'd assume you're going to expand to Germany, probably.
So if you look at the revenues of 2.3 million euro, 80% of these revenues come with German clients.
Okay. So what's your expansion plan then?
The expansion plan is that we offer the full invoicing, dunning, and collection side in other European countries. So we are already offering this in 6 countries: Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Bulgaria, Romania, and Poland. And we are now just trying to enter the Italian market, the Spanish, and the French market within this year. So really not only offer only collection, but offer the full receivables management process into these countries.
I'll think how it will maximize your EBITDA. What do you think?
Well, the EBITDA is, we have been slightly profitable last year with roughly 300,000. And the EBITDA, of course, will increase because we can scale. It's scaling the business. Of course, you need to have some call center activity people here, which are located in Germany, who already speak 6 different languages. But generally speaking, to scale the invoicing part and the dunning part, it's pretty easy to scale that into other countries. Is that answering your question?
Yes, I think so. I wanted to understand why you want to expand to other European countries, namely Italy, for example, since it's a very different financial ecosystem in every country. I mean, you have a popularity of the default payments in Germany and different other payments in other countries. I mean, that's why I'm asking. It's quite fragmented market. I mean, it's better than it.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm only expanding into countries where we already have clients, you know. So one of our largest clients, who is like the largest European car rental provider, they ask us, and we have them exclusive in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. And they have asked us to also bring their service into the Italian market. And I will not go tomorrow into Spain and say, hello, I am here, you know, I'm going to acquire no clients. I'm always following my client. And one client now has a pretty dominantly asked me to start in the Italian business. And therefore we will now set up the Italian workflow process, especially for this client.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
I just wanted to, this is Sylvata here. I just wanted to ask you, Mark, you know, the omni-channel strategy, right? You mentioned about omni-channel. I think it's becoming very important in the pandemic era, right?
Yes.
So how do you ensure the transient nature of demand, right? It's taken care of, and what's your recommendations to the retailers in this, you know, transient nature of demand?
So if we onboard, you know, the traditional collection companies, all they do is send out letters and do call afterwards, you know. So the cost to collect ratio is extremely high. We completely started different. So we have an AI platform, and we have like 40 data points per consumer. So this means that Mark Schillinger, we have 40 data points, and then the machine provides the customer journey. So how we talk to them, how we contact them, and in what way and in what order, you know. And so it's a completely different workflow process if we contact a 20-year-old lady who has an open debt by buying shoes versus the 60-year-old guy who has an open debt by having a bank account, you know. And this variety of contacting points and also channels helps us to get into contact to the consumer on the first part, but then on the second part, you know, to offer them also different payment methods to pay its debt. And this is why we are, you know, very machine driven or very machine learning and driven the process, or have tailor-made the process for each individual client at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Mark. Selçuk Ergin also has a question. Maybe you can answer him via chat.
Okay.
So here again, the voting is open. Feel free. I would like to welcome next Silatha. They empower women through all, I emphasize, through all life challenges with meditation. How it works, we'll get to know soon. Welcome. Veronique? When I called her up, she just disappeared. Veronique, don't be so shy. Maybe she'll come back again. Or do I miss her right now? No, I can see her. Veronique, you're unmute. Okay, we'll try again. So then I would like to call, let me see, Hyper IT, please. Are you there?
Yes, hello. Can you see me? Hello?
Yes, hello, yep. We can hear you very well. You're a big data protect for high performance operations. Sounds very interesting.
Exactly. Let me put my timer on so that I can be on time with you. So good
but
evening,
I'm managing
everybody.
It as well. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks very much for inviting Irene. My name is Arseniy Tarasov. I'm a global CEO of HyperIt. It's a BPS group company, and we're a big data prop tech focused on sustainable real estate. So let me talk about the mega trends in real estate industry. And there are really three key initiatives that are now happening in our industry. First one is focused on CO2 emissions. The other one is focused on ESG and investment in sustainable real estate. And the other one is very much driven by COVID, which is a really change of the business model for the full life cycle of real estate and especially the facility management. So all three initiatives and some others, of course, will generate a market of approximately of $2 trillion by 2030. And these initiatives will really change the entire real estate lifecycle management. In BPS Group, we have 3 companies. The first one is focused on design. The second one is focused on construction. And we're focused on really the high performance operations and high performance facility management. And talking about the budgets, the smart operations represents approximately up to 5% of these investments, just to keep you up to date with the numbers. Now, let's talk about our business model. And I wanted to share with you some of the examples from other markets. So let's take Tesla. I mean, obviously, they make midterm profits by selling very profitably their new generation electric cars. But really, the reason why their market cap is so high is because they want to play in the big data shared autonomous vehicle service. I mean, this is really a very, very cool idea, because every car they sell is really bringing big data for their neural networks. So this is first example. Second example is Gartner. Although it's an IT consulting firm, they're really a big data company. And one of their key products is Magic Quadrant, which is a product of big data that they collect from the entire IT industry. Our approach is very similar. So from the midterm profit perspective, we will be focusing on solutions and services based on our industrial IoT platform for optimizing operations of commercial real estate. And for the long term, we really focus on a big aggressive goal. We want to become a global sustainable operations partners patterns big data for the whole global real estate and utility systems. And we estimate this market pretty high at this moment of almost 100 billion euros. So we've developed a full stack industrial IoT platform with our own hardware, our own software, and also ML and AI algorithms for optimization. In terms of comparison, our solution versus competitors and the legacy approach, really, I have a lot of facts I can talk about, but let me give you again 2 examples. We're like the personalized, big data healthcare of the 21st century versus the old 20th century approach, when you have to go and see a doctor every time you needed something. In terms of competition, we're like a Tesla car versus regular car in user experience and performance. And again, we can talk about some specific features and benefits a little bit later. We managed to bring some really key experts from IT and real estate industry with 20+ years experience working in these corporations. And last year, we already generated 200,000 euros in revenue with a large French customer. And we're looking to raise up to 5 million euros in grants, loans, and equity for our growth in 21 to 23. So that's the end of my pitch. Thank you.
Whoa, perfect. You even saved a bit of time. Dear judges, what is your opinion?
Speechless.
Any questions?
Hi, I'll chime in. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Jules from the US. I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand what your product is. I feel like I got a pitch for Tesla and even Gartner. I don't know what you do. Can you expand on the business model a little bit more?
Sure. We provide the facility management operations optimization for utility systems. And we do it by providing our industrial IoT platform and special services to provide recommendations on how to optimize operations of commercial and residential real estate. We have currently 3 services. One is a digital assessment of real estate operations. One is called Hyperpower, which is energy efficiency service, where we provide recurring service for reducing electricity bill for commercial real estate. And then we have a service called Connected BIM, which helps to reduce the facility management costs for a portfolio of commercial real estate assets.
And is your customer new building sales or existing buildings management or tenants? Who's buying your product?
We have 2 types of customers. One of the real estate facility management companies, and the other one is the owners. And we work through partners. The partners are facility management companies as well as engineering services companies and energy services companies.
Great. Any more questions?
Yes, my question would be, since you're a part of a group company, why you're raising the money through the equity, for example?
So we're going to establish our own legal entity. Currently, we're operating within BPS Group. So we've already invested over €1 million in R&D and building the product, but we really want to build a separate global business, as I said, with the goal of creating the global big data for operations of real estate and utility systems.
Okay, but why you're not raising the money, for example, through the group company investors? I mean, it's usually more logical way for the group companies, since they raise money through the, their own strategic investors. Since this might mostly work as a strategic investment, right?
It's not a big group. Basically, we spend our own money, so there aren't any strategic investors in BPS Group. This is the money of founders.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We have time for one more question. All right, then. Thanks a lot. Yes, thank you, Hyper IT. Best of luck. So now, Veronique. Maybe if I call her twice, she will appear. Veronique.
Okay, here I am. I'm sorry.
Don't do, right? Just need to call you up 2 times. We are very excited to get to know how you empower women through all their life challenges through meditation.
Thank you so much. So have you ever tried to establish a meditation habit and you failed? Well, you're not alone. 95% of people do. And so been I. My journey started 8 years ago when I realized I had everything to be happy and I wasn't. And I also realized that I went on a quest to find the true meaning of my life, and I found it through meditation. The other thing that I realized is that I wasn't alone in feeling empty, and 80% of women feel that they're not good enough. 88% feels pressure to be perfect, and we are twice as likely as men to develop depression. Now, we search for support in meditation apps, but the current apps are pretty bad in building a lasting habit, losing 95% of users in the first month. They also do not address the female mental health issues that we go through. And that is why we developed Silatha. It's a proven method to build a lasting habit, and it's endorsed by BJ Fogg, world's leading expert on habit creation. She starts with setting her intention and starts then to meditate with our meditation app and her anchor, that is, she's using in every meditation, and then takes with her during the day so that she feels empowered. Now, this method results in a 6 times higher retention rate than our competition. And that is first, thanks to our anchor. That's a proven way to ingrain a habit. And secondly, because of the way we structured our meditation app, where we link her to other women that go through the same. And we focus on 3 of the main pillars in our life. First, motherhood, also at work, and growing gracefully. And this is what makes us different from all the other meditation apps out there. And it's not easy to copy, because if they would want to, they have to change every single meditation, because we link to the anchor in every meditation. Also, we're building this community of women. And if they would want to do that, they would lose half of their audience. We are at the moment growing 35% month on month, and we rank already number 1% of the health and fitness apps in the Netherlands and the UK. We are a subscription-based model, but we have a nice revenue coming from our e-commerce. We want to grow in the next 18 months to 1.3 million on revenue. And we want to get there through our new app that we're launching in 2 weeks with the female
Veronique, I'm afraid the time is up. Maybe you can come to the last 2 sentences, please.
Okay, I'm sorry for that. So, well, we have an amazing team behind this, which only with whom this is possible. And we're currently raising up to 500. We have the first investors on board, and we're looking for 2-3 additional investors who want to really make a difference in women's life and empower them.
Great, fantastic. Thanks a lot. Now it's up to you, jury members. Who wants to make the start?
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. I like the idea and the business very, very much, actually. It's just a quick question regarding the competition, because you have this separate differentiation between male and female focus. So, I mean, I get the female focus in Europe, but why is there, for example, there was Headspace, I guess, on the left side. So what was the criteria saying that they have been more male focused in their app?
So they're very much so Headspace, to follow on that example, they do a lot with these animations, which is very something that male like a lot. And some of them are very much on the scientific side of things. So why meditation really works, and go into the deep dive of the scientific proof of that, which is also very much male focused. They also, almost all of the founders are actually male, and you can see this coming back in if you look at the details. Now, of course, it's not that their following is only male, but if you look at how extremely we focus on the female part of things, it like all these topics they don't have on their meditation apps.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any science supporting you on the pendant or the jewel that you have?
Well, there is a lot of science out there that proves that this works. So we have built it based on that, and we are going to do a study in the very near future to also prove that our meditation app with the anchor is working, but it's already been proven in many, many studies.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions?
If nobody has a question, I have one more question. Okay, is there some way to measure the effects of your product?
So what we can see is that we have a retention rate that's 6 times higher, but the way where we really want to show the impact and how the impact is on her life, that's a study that we actually at the moment are preparing. So we don't have those results, but I also would find that really interesting to see over time and over different periods of time how we can see her the impact. So one of the things we're adding as a new version is that we will see her journaling, so we can measure how she feels after the meditation. And so we're going to look at that over time, and we want to do this with an institute or so that it's really a study that's like, yeah, we can scientifically do this.
So if there are no more open questions, I would like to call up on stage PaketConcierge. Sounds yet simple, but still effective. Choose one location for the delivery of all your packages. Welcome on stage.
Hi. Can you see me?
See you and your packages behind there. So
yes, let me just quickly share my screen.
I hope you will deliver them on time.
Well, that's the beauty. We don't deliver anything. People come here to pick them up. But I'm Gregor. I'm the founder of PaketConcierge, and we're a last mile delivery game changer that is winning both consumers and carriers. The biggest problem of carriers are the last 50 meters of the last mile. A delivery fails when the recipient is not at home at the time of the delivery. This not only results in bad customer experience, the costs for the carrier are also exploding. They're 3 times as high. It's no secret that all carriers are trying to move away from home delivery because of that. Pickup point delivery saves 40% of the last mile delivery cost, despite the fees that they pay to the pickup points. But carriers are not making much progress. Consumers simply do not accept their current approaches. The situation is as messy and complicated for consumers as this slide looks. We make consumers not only accept, but choose pickup point delivery. PaketConcierge offers a highly convenient solution that is both carrier agnostic and consumer-centric. Consumers choose a pickup location just once and use that location for all their packages ordered at any online shop delivered by any carrier. And carriers, they do what they do best, delivering packages to easily accessible locations that have dependable opening hours. The beauty of the product is its simplicity. It does not interfere with carrier processes. This enabled us to prove core assumptions without long brief stuff. For this, we opened up our own pickup point in November. This store, you see the packages. Maybe a customer will come in while I talk. Within just 4 months, more than 300 neighbors signed up. The KPIs have been way above our expectations. Combined with a small test network, this has opened doors to the C-levels of the carriers. And why are we talking to them if the product doesn't need it? Monetization and our go-to-market strategy. A product that continues to stay free will help drive consumer adoption. Instead of establishing our own locations, we will pool the existing pickup point networks of carriers. Today, more than 65,000 of those exist in Germany. Within just 2 months, we've managed to get commitments to a pilot from 2 carriers. The pilot area here in Berlin is here in Berlin, and the pilot's about to start. We onboarded the first DPD pickup points just last week. The last mile delivery market is huge. Therefore, our sum will be huge as well. And what we do, it's just the beginning. We're building a dense micro-hub network in urban areas. This is the foundation for future business opportunities on the last mile. We are enabling services like on-demand home delivery, refrigeration services for HelloFresh, and a lot of others. We're an experienced founding team. Michael's an industry veteran, I'm the product expert, and together we know how to build digital startups and partnerships with corporates. We're currently looking for partners to support the carrier pilot this year. In this pre-seed round, we're raising 250K, of which 100 have already been committed. PaketConcierge will become the preferred delivery partner of consumers and carriers alike. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the great presentation. Do you believe it as well? It will be the first platform to refer to, dear judges?
Could you probably tell us a little bit more about your background? Because you just said like, yeah, being an expert, but yeah, where do you come from originally on business side?
I've been in the startup field for the last 15 years. My last job was a team lead at Wire, which is a fully end-to-end encrypted messenger. So I take care of the product and the tech side. And Michael's corporate background in Roland Berger and the likes has the network and the eye level, so we can talk to the C levels of the carriers. So we've been in talks with all of the major German ones and have commitments from 2 at this time.
Maybe I can ask one question. Hello, I think we talked before. I asked the question before to you, but yeah. I think for the sake of the general picture, how intense would you see the threat that one of the big logistic players would try to do something similar, pump a lot of money in and destroy your idea?
The threat is really low. I mean, this is an oligopoly market and they really don't talk with each other. We've seen it over the past 10 to 15 years that all of those approaches where they had to work together were really lackluster, like Passelok. So they need the independent third party to do this for them. They're not going to be able to do this among themselves. And if they want to, they basically do, I mean, they can just, they don't save any money in doing it themselves. We're just doing the work for them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And maybe a tiny question, just again, I'm a consumer. Let's talk about business model, right? I'm a consumer. Yes. What benefits I get from the carrier if I use your app, please?
The benefit you get is that you finally receive your packages without frustration. At least in Germany, people still do order to their home address. What happens in very, very many cases in urban areas is that you will get a little funny paper slip. And we do have some packages that are for neighbors, so these. And then you walk to the nearest post office, which is probably 5 kilometers away, and then you queue up for half an hour to pick up your package. We take away that frustration by having you choose that single location where you can always reliably pick up your packages that is very close to your home address. The people that pick up packages here, they live 100 meters down the street that way, 100 meters down the street that way, and 100 meters down the street that way. Once the consumer chooses, it's close by, and this proximity is key to consumer acceptance. But it's not the only factor. The other factor is carrier agnostic. You want to receive all your packages at that spot, not just the ones from DHL or not just the ones from Hermes.
Thanks.
And probably just the business model behind it, just to make sure, like how do you earn?
Yeah, so we're a B2B2C business model. So the product will stay free for the consumers. The carriers will pay us in return for huge savings on the last mile. If we talk about 40% of last mile delivery costs, that's like 12% on the EBIT. It's a huge impact, and the 12% is after our fee. So they're open to this. They're talking, and we're starting with 2 carriers in a pilot phase where we're already creating revenue starting next month.
Great. Thanks a lot, Gregor and PaketConcierge.
Thank you.
Next, we have Metricos. They have a real-time coordination platform for professionals in the architecture, engineering, and construction industry to improve their workflow. Please tell us more. Marius, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Irene. So hey everyone, I'm Marius Meschos. I'm the CEO of Metricos, and today we're looking to our flagship product, Studio 3DX. Now, Studio 3DX is an online platform for professionals in the construction industry to improve their workflow through real-time coordination. The biggest problem we see in construction projects is bad communication between the stakeholders and loss of information. With limited and expensive tools, it often causes a project to immerse into design and construction mistakes, costly rollbacks, and postponement of the development schedule. Studio 3DX is a cloud solution that empowers the professional's workflow with immersive real-time tools for complete coordination. You can simply dive deep into the information environment from within the 3D model. Any stakeholder of the project can report a problem or import their issues, as we call them, from other software. For the immersive experience, users can start their own virtual meeting and follow each other in 3D space, and that's happening in real time. This reduces the time from traditional coordination meetings. All the reported issues and versions of their designs are stored and organized in one solution, no matter the number of projects, buildings, or members. Our target audience is team leaders and managers in medium to large architecture, engineering, and construction firms, and that seek to coordinate in a more efficient manner. Studio 3DX offers a simple and scalable software as a service solution. We finalized our beta test with industry experts, and we are now live with a complete suite of features at studio3dx.com. Since our final launch a few weeks ago, we reached to more than 300 users. 79 of them are active in the last 30 days, and we conducted around 80 customer interviews to understand their needs better. And with that, we are working closely with our customers and building partnerships all over the world. Studio 3DX is part of the building information modeling market that is valued at $4.9 billion and is projected to grow above $11 billion by 2025. We place our innovation in the software segment of BIM, which takes up to 59% of the market. Our biggest competitive advantage is the excel on the real-time immersive experience and toolkit to coordinate your projects without comparing to virtual reality or augmented reality. Our core team consists of 4 members. I'm an architect engineer, Andinos is an economist and co-founder, Haris our software developer, and Martha our research and development officer. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Marius.
Sure.
Wow. So we are happy to listen to your questions, dear jury members. Who wants to make the start?
It's always an awkward moment when there are no questions, no? So can I be the one? Yeah, could you tell more about the business model again? Emphasize.
Yeah, sure. So it's a typical SaaS model where the professionals in the architecture, engineer, or construction firm, they pay per user per month or per year annual licenses.
Thanks. And you don't have revenues yet, right?
No, we are pre-revenue. We are working now to build more case studies with our partners and creating more nodes and channels.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any more questions? Feel free.
It's a specific
Otherwise,
industry. So,
yes. Otherwise, you still have the opportunity. If any question pops into your mind, you can use the chat function or the networking session. Thanks again, Marius, for the great presentation.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely. So I want to make a little call up here because there have been now 3 startups contacting me saying that they don't feel ready to pitch today. And I'm telling you, don't be shy, just try it out. Use it as a test platform for yourself. And when is the better time than now and today? So if you change your mind, just give it a try. We are here. And as you can see, our jury members are so lovely. They don't bite. They won't be mad at you. So if you change your mind, just let me know, right? So the next startup that I would like to welcome is Kopply. And the founder is Jacqueline Wagner. They have built an interactive digital business card that enables professionals to exchange contact information efficiently and impress with a beautiful, unique design. We are very excited to get to know more. Welcome, Janine.
Hi. Let me share my screen. So, okay. Do you feel like your website needs a makeover, but you just don't have the time or budget? Do you sometimes even wonder if you need a website at all? Then we have just the right thing for you. With Kopply, you can create a site in 3 minutes that is optimized to generate leads for you. Representation matters, and we continuously push to provide a product that enables you to put yourself into the best light. Just download the app, enter your information like logo, image, short description, contact information, social media links, and more, and your professional site is online within seconds. You can do all this conveniently using your smartphone without writing a single line of code. Our competitors reach from full content management systems to workarounds that people use like Facebook or LinkedIn. And even if we mention social networks here, we are not aiming to replace Facebook pages and co. For many entrepreneurs, social media is the best way to communicate their products and services. And the only thing that it's missing is one simple place to combine this information and make it available to your customers and tell them how to reach you best. A free version makes it easy to onboard new customers, and own designs, colors, domains, and other features are available for a monthly fee. We are confident in our financial model projecting €500,000 in revenue next year with a 200K investment this year and exponential growth in the following years. Our customer acquisition strategy leverages press cycles around topics important to our target customers, technical freebies for lead generation, and partnerships. Kopply is fully bootstrapped from a team that has all technology capabilities in-house, launched the first version last year, and had a growth of 20% per month since then. You can now scan this QR code and see my personal Kopply page. Feel free to contact me using any information provided on this page if you're interested in the product, a cooperation, or an investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Janine. Yes, you still have 1 minute left. Wow. So, in fact, you have more time for questions, in fact, right? So anyone that is willing to ask questions?
Yeah, probably I would like to know who's your main target group, and as you said, the expected revenue. How do you get there?
Yes, so at the moment we focus on entrepreneurs. We see that especially with network marketing people and coaches, it resonates very, very good. So this is a very interesting target group. And yes, as I said before, it's a question of marketing. It's content marketing, like giving people tips about how they get visibility on Google and how to present themselves best on the web. And it makes it it makes it even very, very easy to set up a page. It's just 3 minutes. You can do it with your phone, and yeah.
One quick question, Janine. Does Kopply also offer internal communication channels, or is it just for like forwarding to all the other social media accounts I already have, like LinkedIn and etc., as you mentioned?
So what we have is that you can put your WhatsApp on the card, so that people can directly, for example, jump into a conversation with you, and they can directly give you a call or connect over the social media platforms and everything, or book an appointment, because you can add your calendar booking tool. But if your question is if we have an own messenger to communicate, then no, we don't have this, because there are so many messengers, and people are used to their services, and we just want to help them to find the right way to connect with each other.
Okay, thank you.
But do you plan to expand the offers and probably new features?
Yes, we have a lot of features on the roadmap, and it really depends on how our user use the product. So we listen very, very carefully to our existing users, and to make them very, very happy, because we think this is a huge point in the early stage to get more people, because nothing is more worth than someone recommending a service to their friend.
Gentlemen, there are quite a few competitors in this arena of digital business card that offer similar solutions, if not more, right? Mobilo, Switchit, and many more. I can go on. What is it that you are offering which is very different from the competitors? Because some of these smart card companies have also received VC investments and are quite aggressive, right? How is your product different than others?
It's not just a digital business card. It's really more like the very, very, very small website for people that don't really need a website. So, and because we don't give them so much opportunities to play with the layout, we make sure that it is always has always a nice view. People, their customers know how to navigate on the card and everything. So it's not just sharing the contact information, but even being able to tell the customers how to reach you best, and even motivate them to interact with you directly, because it's so easy to just click on a button and write you a WhatsApp message or subscribe for updates over WhatsApp.
How will the customer base grow?
Can you specify the question a little bit?
How will you generate the customers? What is your strategy to increase your customer base?
So we are talking to some multi-level marketing companies, because if we could partner with them, that would be very nice to onboard all the network marketers that also need the service. And content marketing for sure is a very, very huge point of it, because we see that people really, really struggle with putting text on their website and all the content, and they just like write something down just to have it there. And this is not necessary. So I think we can really educate people and help them to put it in one sentence on their card, so it's available and everyone knows what they're doing.
Great, thank you.
Great. Thanks again, Janine and Kopply. Best of luck. You're welcome.
Thanks.
So I want to welcome pumpkin organics. It's all about baby food based on nutritional science, much healthier and with more vegetables, less fruit sugar, and larger variety of healthy ingredients. So the best thing that you could probably get for your baby. We want to hear more pumpkin organics. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Irene, it's not just for your baby, it's also for you. We are
also for me.
Truly, absolutely.
I'm a big baby, so that's good.
Not because you're a baby, but because you love health. So guys, hi, I'm Jacqueline Schneider. I'm the founder and CEO of Pumpkin Organics. It's a pleasure to be here and thank you for your time. At Pumpkin, we are redefining baby food based on the nutritional science of the first 1,000 days. Food choices during this period have a crucial and often overlooked impact on future food preferences, thereby lifelong health, happiness, and performance. And the great news is, during this period, babies can be pre-programmed to prefer healthier foods. Healthier food choices lead to higher physical and mental performance and happiness. And healthier food choices can prevent nutrition-related diseases such as obesity and diabetes. However, the majority of baby food today on the market is pre-programming unhealthy eating habits because it is too sweet, it is full of fruit and pureed fruit. It is bland in taste, so it is not developing the taste palate, and it uses too few ingredients. Studies show there is a clear correlation between early nutrition and lifelong health and happiness. And if fruit sugar is minimized or even avoided in this first 1,000 days of a child's life, the risk of these nutrition-related diseases goes down drastically. And according to the WHO, this is an all-time problem here in Germany as well. It is a rich country problem as well. We are different. Our products help develop the baby's taste palette through a large variety of ingredients and culinary-inspired recipes that even adults love. We reduce the dependency on sugar to show that all things delicious don't have to be full of sugar, and we teach the baby how to fall in love with vegetables. We are offering support for parents, and we have clear functional benefits. We are setting a new nutrition and functional standard in baby food. In addition to this, we will be fully climate neutral in April. We are working on all recyclable packaging, and this is what we call baby food with passion, baby food with purpose. We are one of the fastest growing, I believe actually the fastest growing baby food company in Germany right now. We have 23 products in market, including in DM and BIPA. We have 7 more products launching this year, and we're in over 1,900 stores in Germany and Austria. The German baby market, it's huge. It's worth €1 billion, and it is growing. Birth rates are going up. Parents are older, so we have more disposable income. Parents are increasingly worried about the amount of sugar in their baby food, and parents are more focused on health benefits of food. This is where we need to change the game. Our team is strong, passionate, experienced. We have some of the leading doctors, experts, as well as I come 15 years from the food industry. And we are driven by passion and the conviction that we can change the trajectory of children's health. We are uniquely positioned to win, and our position is defendable. We have the support of many industry leaders. We are the premium baby food brand in Germany, so we are increasing the shelf price, the margin, and we've created a niche at the top of the market where we sit. We have the right products, the right production partners. We have the shelf space, products to fill it, and we have our direct access to consumers because we are a direct-to-consumer first player. Our purpose and consistency give us credibility. Today's babies have, unfortunately, a shorter life expectancy than we do. And this is not driven by war or climate change. It is driven by nutrition-related diseases. If we teach our babies to eat well, we can reverse this trend. Healthier first nutrition is what we need to focus on. This is the original biohacking. This has to be the future of food when you think of the state of our society and the critical crisis that we are in now. And it is preventable. We can make the difference. Technology can be defined by using science and innovation to solve major societal problems. We are using science and innovation to solve a major societal problem. We need to support all types of innovation in food. Food is not just about all the big, sexy, celebrity-endorsed alternative proteins and milks and everything else. It is about food that drives change and health and happiness status of a society. And together, guys, this is what we want to do. We want to change the trajectory of our children and our society, and it starts with Pumpkin Organics. We've just kicked off our Series A. If you're interested in having an impact on the health and happiness and performance of our kids, please get in touch with us. We look forward to working with anyone or any organization that truly wants to make a difference. Thank you.
Wow, very impressive, Jacqueline. I've heard so much about you, and now I'm impressed to listen to your pitch. Fantastic.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah, I'm a bit speechless. What about you, jury members? But I don't need to talk anymore, so it's your business now. Who wants to make the start? I said I can be speechless, not you. Because I'm not judging.
Yeah, probably getting something about biofood. Well, thanks a lot at first, but probably could you tell us a little bit more about the sustainable aspect as well of your packaging?
Yeah, of course. So right now, one of the biggest issues in baby food is the pouch. There was over 160 million pouches sold in Germany alone last year. We are the only German player with an official partnership with TerraCycle. So we pay to recycle the pouches that our parents purchase, as well as we will be the second player in Europe to have a fully recyclable pouch. And this comes in the summer. We're small, but we've been very loud with the suppliers because we need to teach children how to eat. And teaching them how to eat means health understanding, both from the food, personal health, as well as environmental health. And I fundamentally believe it is the responsibility of every single food company to push the big guys, to push the industry leaders for their sustainability efforts across the entire value chain. So everything from the farmer to how we farm, how we produce, how the child eats the product, to reduce the food waste down to the packaging. And that's the other reason that we will be fully certified climate neutral by Climate Partners in April, one of the first and only baby food companies to achieve this.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Okay,
sorry.
Yes. And I can also see Georg is thinking, but we'll give Gaurav the first move, please.
Thank you. Thanks, Irene. Hi, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, how are you different than the competitors who could easily catch up on this product, right? I see it's very nutritious, healthy, taste buds can be better and child can develop good eating habits. But these are all things that any corporate can step in, have some capital to outspend and create an outreach, right? What would you be doing different than the other competition?
So in theory, you're correct, but in practicality, that's not how the food industry works. All the big guys, first of all, they will buy us. They don't build. So that's the first fundamental with the corporate. The second aspect are the larger companies in our space. This is one of the main reasons that we launched as a premium brand. So we are at a 25% price premium, but due to our supplier relationships, we have the same cost bar as the competitive set. So right now we are able to offer a significantly improved product when it comes to ingredients. Vegetables cost more than apples. So just think when you go to the grocery store, how much more a broccoli and a sweet potato cost, and oat milk, coconut milk, and raps oil than a banana pear puree would cost. So based on our price, we're allowed to go up 25%. Based on our cost bar, we have the same costs as the competitors. So we can invest more in the product. That's the main thing. The second thing is when you launch a product, you can very rarely increase the price. So we've started as the premium brand, and now we can maneuver within there. All of the major industry players, which they are big, they're fantastic, it's a great group for us to support and be part of, are mid-tier. The customer will not allow them to go up in price. It's basic price psychology of where you enter the market at. On top of that, we have other advantages to our product. Vegetables are complicated to work with. It sounds silly, I know, but you have to worry about nitrates and phosphates and pH levels. And there's not as much technology out there to meet this mass demand yet to process vegetables. And we're in all the leading plants that allow us to be vegetable heavy product. So we do have quite a few points of differentiation.
So Jacqueline, if I understood you well, right, you're saying that corporates may be interested in buyouts, but what about the smart food tech companies and many stealth investors in Europe that are very active in the food tech in Europe and Israel, both as well, right? Couldn't they catch up on this product or create a competitive product using nutritional sciences, and given that consumer focus is towards healthy stuff, right?
We welcome them to come in. We are growing the pie. We are bringing more moms and users into commercial food. The main moms that we bring our products to are people who cook at home. And this is a massively significant part of the German market because moms stay at home and in Europe. So if there are more people showing how wonderful, high quality, amazing, delicious baby food can be, more people come into the market, the entire demand increases, and it gives us a good protection on the price. So we want people to come here. We have to affect children's health. We are at a critical point. This is not about pumpkin. This is about the kids in the future. So the more the merrier. We would love to work with companies. There's always room to make money. And we can always be a few steps ahead. Like our management team is, we're pretty creative.
I'm afraid time is up. It's a very, very interesting conversation, and I'm sure you will continue afterwards, right? And I'm pretty sure there were far more questions here, but feel free to chat with Jacqueline or use the networking session. And yeah, I want to welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well done. Thank you. So I want to welcome the next startup, which is Workademy. They want to help companies become learning organizations. Is this that easy? We want to know. Welcome, Workademy. Okay, I try my trick again. Workademy. Workademy. I know that you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. My computer is stuck.
It works out. Calling startups twice up. So, my God, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you. With all this zooming, my computer is just, it seems like it will fly in a couple of seconds.
It will fly? Wow.
Yeah, because it's making so much noise, like a plane starting to fly. So I will try. If all of a sudden it goes down, then well, at least you've seen me and you see that I'm a real person. I will share my screen. Just a second. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen and hear me.
Fantastic.
Okay. Hi, I'm Olga, and I'm crazy. I believe that digital learning improves the way we work. This is why I co-founded a startup that makes corporate learning sexy. Imagine the world where all the companies are learning organizations that foster the knowledge sharing by scaling the expertise of any single employee to an entire organization. These companies save time and money and get their ROI on productivity. And actually, e-learning platforms make this possible by offering the possibility to the companies to create online courses on internet methods and thus scale this knowledge. However, to make these courses meaningful, companies still need to hire a bunch of learning specialists because without them, courses lack the learning goals, and this way you just waste your time and money. Workademy is the first e-learning. Workademy is the first e-learning platform with integrated smart course builder. I don't see my screen. That integrates didactical approach that we've mastered through years. The Workademy's course builder guides the users through a backward planning course creation process that make courses goal-oriented, allows companies to save time and money and make employees happy. It is an all-in-one. It is an all-in-one. I don't know what is happening in my presentation. I'm so sorry. It is an all-in-one software as a service solution for companies. Which ones? Well, we are based in Berlin, and we start from here. So we identify our target as Berlin tech and creative companies. This market is continuously growing, being a part of global e-learning.
Sorry to interrupt, but currently we can't see anything. But now again.
Yeah, me too. This is ridiculous. This is why I'm getting a little bit
okay, no worries. We are
upset. Yeah. I think it's because my computer is super warm.
No worries.
The market, okay, corporate learning market is continuously growing, and we target Berlin tech and creative companies as the first target group of this market. And yeah, and this is again this happened. Of course, this market is overcrowded. We are cheaper, but it is not the main point. We are the first e-learning platform that brings didactic approach, proven methodology, and simplicity into the corporate education. Our go-to-market consists in content and event marketing to build awareness of our expertise and build community that shares our vision. In the last year, we launched the first stable version of our product. We got 5 first paying customers, which include the Council of Europe, the International Foundation of Electoral Systems, large chains of beauty and fitness industry, and IT companies. We partnered with large e-learning communities, with agencies on GDPR consultancy, and with creative agencies. These partnerships already brought first 15,000 learners to our platform. And this is just the beginning. By the end of the year, we do a complete redesign of our product based on the feedback from our customers, and integrate with HR tools and focus on sales and marketing. Our co-founding team are software engineers and business developers. We are industry experts, having co-founded an educational studio in Ukraine that in 5 years built over 80 online courses for over 1 million users. Still, we couldn't have done it alone. We are backed and supported and advised by extremely motivated professionals who expanded businesses internationally, built large communities, and integrated international educational reforms. When I tell people that I launched an educational startup in Berlin, they ask me, "Are you crazy?" Yes, I am, and it proved to work. If you want to be a part of it, please talk to me. Thank you.
Well, and don't we love crazy people? And Olga, I have to say, I saw that one of your partners is ChrisenChat, right? It's
Yes.
is in my, I had a Clubhouse talk. I invited him as a speaker a couple of weeks ago, and I saw lovely Ola Longarios in your team. So yeah, next time you see us, say hello from my side.
Nice, thank you.
Dear jury members, do you have any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Olga, for your presentation. I liked it a lot, actually. So from my experience, organizational learning, and it's not just a question of do we have software or like a platform for learning, but also of organizational culture, right? Are people actually allowed to learn? How are they? What are the barriers? What is the culture aspect? So is there anything that you offer to companies on this side, on this, let's say, psychological team development, personal development side, besides the software application?
This is where we want to grow. Our plans include also content creation, since we have our own studio that is able to create courses, focusing on soft skills mostly. And going further, we want to become a bridge between experts that are focused mostly on leadership and soft skills, and also companies, the world-class experts. But this will be the next step. But of course, we also offer the initial guidance for the companies to help them to restructure their processes and to make the L&D processes going towards the business goals and help companies to grow.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes, thanks a lot. Yeah, like Aaron said, we love crazy people, of course, and I guess we need solutions like yours and so much more like on training, yeah, and working and HR solutions. But there are already a lot, and what everyone says. You always have people within the company and within the corporates who see the need, but you have to convince the CEO because they have to go give money to it. So what is your biggest reason why should they invest in you and take your or buy your offers, your products?
Yeah, that's a good question because yeah, the person who has money is usually not the person who uses it, but it was pretty fortunate for us, the COVID. I know it's not so good to say, but people started seeing value in L&D. We see a high demand on L&D, even people want to hire L&D departments, so they really see the value in this, and this becomes more and more popular and trendy. And in fact, there are so many platforms right now, and people want to use them. So I think that we already far beyond this barrier. But what happened is that the amount of players increased a lot with this. So I think that this is even more difficult than actually convincing someone. I guess that the majority of people are already convinced. This is what we see lately happening in industry.
Great.
I hope I answered. Yeah.
So we have time for one more last question. So if there are no other questions, I would like to call up on stage MINDBEAST. MINDBEAST, are you there? No? Yasha, did you want to say something? You're on mute. I thought you wanted to say something. No worries, but okay. Can you please help me out? Who are the startups are still here that have not presented yet? Is Grammario here?
Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Dominic. We are eagerly waiting for you to present. So it's pretty exciting because with Grammario, you can learn German grammar and spelling easily. So that was something I would have needed back then when I came to Germany. Now it's too late because now I can speak easily German. We're excited to listen to your presentation, Dominic.
Okay. I will share my screen.
Fantastic.
Can you see it?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So thank you very much for having me here today. I'm Dominic Klepek, the founder of Grammario, an app that helps adults and students to master the German language easily and playfully. There are millions of people that experience problems with grammar and spelling. So these issues are very common both in professional and private life. This can, for example, result in an unprofessional appearance of companies. Besides that, students who don't work on their linguistic problems when students don't work on their linguistic problems, they can remain for a lifetime. So there are millions of people who have linguistic problems and insecurities, and this leads to significant disadvantages for them. I founded Grammario in summer 2018 because I experienced over and over again how many people have problems with grammar and spelling also in my own personal and school environments. So as a result, we are now developing our app, which enables a gamificated and individual learning. This is our team. This is Team Grammario. Selena's job is to develop our content in our app, so especially exercises. Nico helps me with the app development, and this is me. At the age of 8, I started programming, and today I use these skills and my huge passion for startups and marketing at my work on Grammario. So what are our USPs? We use gamification to create a sustainable and effective learning experience, and to keep our users engaged and to keep them learning. Besides that, our app is adjusted both for native and non-native speakers, regardless of their language skills and of their age. And finally, we have a very close connection to our users and to our target groups, so we exactly know what they need. To our business model, we want to have a freemium model, so our users can firstly get familiar with Grammario, and if they want to, they can purchase Grammario Pro to unlock all content and special advantages like offline learning. And we want to cooperate with schools, and especially language schools, which get a commission when they use our app and recommend our app to their students. Yes. So thank you very much for your time and for your attention, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominic. Well done.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Dominic.
To you now.
Thanks, Dominic. Yeah, sorry. Am I? Yeah. Well.
Yes.
Just starting, just jumping in. Have you already had like conversations with cooperation partners, like you mentioned on your last slide? And what were the reactions like?
So we are already cooperating with different associations like Malteser, and they get us a lot of testers and users already. And we are already in the process of contacting language schools in our in Düsseldorf, for example. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And starting by what age? Sorry, for students or scholars?
From class 2.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
Great.
Thanks a lot, Dominic, for your presentation. Can I ask, Irene? Yeah, okay.
Of course. Yes. Go ahead. That's what you're here for, right? To ask questions.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. So also relating to Svenja's question, so you already have some cooperation partners, as you mentioned, so there's already some progress. Can you prioritize your sales strategy? Like, are you aiming firstly regarding schools? So, sorry, it's my youngest in the background. He doesn't like me talking right now.
But too young for the
sorry,
too young for the app, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 5 actually. So Dominic, how are you prioritizing your sales? Are you going into school corporations or B2B? How are you approaching this?
Yes, we are going to bring our app to my school. So both schools and language schools, and also associations like Malteser. And in the near future, we are going to do influencer marketing and to get new users also by the press.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great. Dominic always has the short answers. Sometimes it's effective, right? I guess, Paul, you had a question as well? Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Many questions. First of all, I'm excited that somebody wants to take care about the German language. I'm regularly called professor on my network because I tend to esteem the language of Schiller and Goethe. So I like it. So my question is regarding the let's say the market size, whether you have any kind of expectation, because we are, as I said, you know, in one language area, but still it's a comparable small group speaking native German. So what would be the market size you would attract?
So there are about 200 million people speaking German, or people who learned to speak German. And currently, yeah, I think we could, yeah. I don't really have an answer right now, but I'm happy to get back to you when we checked your recommendation.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Perfectly fine. Hey everyone, are you still there? Are you still with me? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Did we have amazing startups here? Let me know.
You're listening,
so give me a
concentrated.
sign, like a heart, an applause, or anything to know. How did you find our startups so far?
Let's do some collective clapping and dancing and jumping around right now.
Yes! Fantastic. But the good thing is we still have a few ones. And I'm really excited to present them to you as well. So I would like to call up on stage next, Honest and Rare. Doesn't it sound like the next unicorn? Honest and Rare.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. It's an online marketplace for exceptional non-mainstream drinks. And I have to say, I didn't know it before. Not far away from where I live, there's a beer shop. They have like hundreds of different sorts of beer. And I didn't know that there are so many sorts of it. But Honest and Rare can probably tell you more. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Can you quickly confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, Honest and Rare is the online marketplace for unique beverages. So we help customers to find and buy specialty drinks from local beverage producers. We have strict product criteria. Through us, you can find high quality, small batch specialty drinks that you usually wouldn't find in the supermarket around your corner. Just to give you an impression, this is a total number of producers just for Germany across the field. And around 90% of them are mostly hidden. Their problem is distribution. Small producers have great products, but they usually lack marketing knowledge and money to reach a big audience. That's why you get their products only in their local areas or randomly in a very few stores here and there. On the other side, more and more customers want high quality, individual specialty drinks instead of standard mass products from the supermarket. But it's impossible for customers to overlook the market and to easily access a wide range of beverage alternatives. The solution is one marketplace to connect providers with customers. We create a platform so that all products can become visible and customers get access to the full beverage landscape. We invite customers to find exactly what they like, learn about the producers, get inspired, and discover great drinks. So our sellers ship directly to customers, and we make money through commissions and soon seller services such as promoted listings. We also have an increasing share of B2B business. We get more and more inquiries from companies asking for drink sets for their team events, virtual company celebrations, employee gifts, and so on. We launched 16 months ago. We reached the 10K sales mark this month in B2C without any marketing spend so far, by the way. Our average order value is 63, and our B2B sales were 5K in Q1 this year. On the supply side, we're growing by 50 to 100 products per month. The European beverage market is worth around 600 billion euros, and our share of online non-mainstream drinks is around 10 billion euros big. Germany is our first target market, and in Germany, online shopping of drinks is in fact one of the fastest growing product groups sold online. There are already a few online drink shops, but almost all of them lack a distinctive positioning or unique customer value. And most importantly, there's no drinks platform yet. We're the first of our kind. We help both customers and producers by giving them online shops. We have a high product promise, and of course, our product portfolio is fully scalable. Our vision is to bring the entire diversity of the world's beverage landscape on one platform. And we have a great team to do that. Alex is my co-founder and CTO. We have marketing specialists, business developers, drink geeks like myself, and designers. We just raised a 75K angel round in January this year and are currently scaling the business. However, we're already raising another round again of 150,000 euros to open our marketplace for B2B customers like restaurants, bars, and delicatessen shops. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Yasha. Thanks a lot. Here again, feel free to ask your questions.
What about your marketing and sales strategy? So who are you when you sell like a B2B? Who are your main customers or cooperation partners, and how will you reach them?
So we're full B2C business. I mean, it's a marketplace, so of course it's two-sided. So we connect businesses with customers, but our sales focus is B2C, and the traction numbers you have seen so far, we only got that from organic search and referral links. So since we give so-called shop-in-shop solutions to small beverage producers, they get their own websites on our marketplace. So for example, they would link to their store with us. The rest of the traction is coming from organic search. And now the money that we've raised, we're going to spend it in several marketing fields. But to answer your question on a global level, we're targeting the core target group. We're doing that via influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, and performance marketing, actually starting this month.
Great. Georg.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jascha, for your presentation. I liked it a lot, actually. I have been founding and running a beverage wholesale business for 8 years in the past, so we should definitely get connected on this.
Yeah, cool.
A quick question on the side of, because you mentioned you want to have very selected and smaller and unique companies that produce like craft beer and stuff, right? Did I get it right? So you don't want to work with the big companies, let's say, producing new products like Bitbar or getting new craft beer. So how do you make sure the selection on the producer side? On the producer side?
So we have a list of product criteria that you have to follow. So the most important aspect is that it's actually a manufacturer, that you are locally rooted, and that your product is not sold nationwide. So what we want to have the products that are hard to obtain. Every product that you find, so I live in Berlin, and as you know, it's a big city with a lot of grocery stores and so on. But with 99% of our products, I wouldn't know where to find them. And that's exactly the part of products that we want to have. And so as you said, it's a curated marketplace. So we make that decision because we have to give the customer a promise that everything that you find with us is high quality, is hard to find, is exceptional in one way or the other. It's us, it's myself, and my colleague Anna. We're the catalog managers. We have a list of criteria that is public and visible. You can look it up. And in the end, it's us making a decision. So we have a range of questions. We have like infographics, like a filtering system to decide. But it sounds more complicated than it is. So the beverage market is highly concentrated. We have very big multinational companies dominating the market. So from the numbers that you saw, 10% number-wise, 10% are those that you see in all the advertising channels, that you see in football Champions League sponsorings, that you see in the top positionings in the supermarket. And the rest of these, it's 90% of the producers. It's a vast number. All of those actually qualify to be sold and marketed on our platform.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes. One more question? Anyone?
Yeah, probably like you said, yeah, if customers are looking for something they know and something special, of course you can help. What about the others? What about those who don't really know what kind of choices are available? Yeah, because then I would say they have to test it at first. Yeah, and for you, there's no chance to test them. So, but do you address them as well, or just people who are definitely looking for something special and already know it?
No, of course, we have a very high emphasis on discovery. So we're not Amazon. We don't want people to just go and find what they need, like a wire for the phone, and buy it. So we want to invite people on an inspirational journey. If you look it up, I mean, you can go and give me the feedback if you like how you can discover drinks on our platform. But we have a very high emphasis on promoting the product in the best way so that you can have a good impression about the taste. So if you see the product, we have tasting notes, we have notes about the smell, we have all other kinds of details that would be interesting to you. Actually, if you buy drinks online on Honest and Rare, you have way more information than if you go to the grocery store, because you just have the bottle and the price and that's it. So we help you via filters. We have taste filters. So if you like sweet and fruity, you can type that in and you would get a list of sweet and fruity drinks. But I agree, since we're a marketplace, we are only growing in products. It will definitely be a challenge. I think it will be a fun challenge to make sure that everybody finds exactly what they like and doesn't end up getting something they don't want to have.
Thanks a lot. I'll have a look. And a taste.
And a taste. That's the most important thing, right? There's a lot to taste. Thanks again, Yasha.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Well, be excited to listen to the next startup, which is Akount. And I'm very eager to listen what they have to offer, because they are building the neobank for teenagers, and they provide teenagers with financial freedom. So I'm always asking myself, why do those solutions come so late, you know? However, they still integrate their parents into this adventure of becoming financially free. Akount, I'm very pleased to have you on stage.
Thank you very much. So let me share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, we do.
Yes, perfect. So hi, everyone. I'm Hussam. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Akount, the bank for teenagers. So there are 50 million teenagers in Europe, and barely a bit more than 30% of them have a bank account. With the changes in society, we believe that everybody is going to be using digital payments in the next few years. And so teenagers need to be part of that change as well. Traditional banks and neobanks consider teenagers as a cost center, really, rather than proper customers. So nothing is built specifically for their needs. That's why we are building Akount. Akount is fully digital, social, and free. All the teenager needs to do is to register on the Akount app and provide us with their parents' contact info. We then contact the parents and ask them for their consent and to go through the online identification process. So this whole process takes less than 4 minutes. Once this is done, the account is open and the teenager receives their card in a couple of days. We are already working with the banking as a service provider, which means that we don't need any banking license or anything like that to get started. Our solution is EU approved and allows us to offer our own branded cards all over Europe. We have already more than 4,000 people signed up on our waiting list, and we plan to launch with a few hundreds of them in the coming weeks. On top of that, just to gauge the actual interest of the people registered in the waiting list, we introduced a feature so that they could pre-order the card, and we've seen that more than 90% of them have already done that. In terms of business model, we're talking to brands who value teenagers and consider them as an important customer segment. The goal for us is to get a fee from these brands and each transaction done with an account card at their store. To also incentivize our users to make purchases at those brands by offering them cashbacks and discounts. So in terms of revenue, we forecast that a customer will cost us 23 euros a year, and that we'll be able to make, through our brands collaboration, 18 euros per customer per year in the first 12 months, and then up to 32 euros a customer per year in the second 12 months. So we are currently a team of 4, with 2 people as the founders, myself as the head of product management and SIP insurance, a fintech here in Berlin, and my co-founder and CTO, who's the lead software engineer at Klarna, Uber, and also is working in Zalando at some point. We are currently raising our seed round and raising 2.2 million euros to acquire and onboard our first 65K customers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hussam. Well done. Any questions? Just give them a moment.
Any revenue projection or something which you analyzed can be potentially like a business model?
Again, sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you have any revenue projection slide or anything like how you treat like a business model?
Section, for example.
Okay.
Sure, so that's what we are looking into in terms of revenue for the first 12 months and then the second 12 months.
Yeah, but how many customers do you anticipate? Did you make some research?
Yeah, so the first year we are targeting to acquire 50K customers, and the second year we would have up to 115K customers.
And this is based on some research you made?
This is based on the people that we've acquired already, which are 4,000 people in our waiting list. And the fact that we're not doing much in terms of marketing to get them. So we're barely running a few ads in there.
Okay, thank you.
So in this case, who are you targeting first? The parents or the teenagers?
We are targeting only the teenagers. So we believe that the teenagers would bring the product to the parents, and then obviously the parents are the decision makers. But we also talk to parents, and we know that what's important for them is to have a reliable platform. So security is very important for them. And as far as which bank to use, the real decision is really going to be through the teenager, because parents are just really focused on having something reliable and secure.
Interesting. Are there any more questions out there? All right. Then may I kindly ask, is there any startup who's still willing to pitch? Here we have Christian. Can you please tell me the name of your startup?
Yes, it's mytalents.com.
Wow, I was looking forward to it, you know, because I'm so into HR and edutech. So you say you are the Etsy for experiences, but as far as I know, Etsy, do they still exist?
Etsy.com is one of the biggest marketplaces in the world for handcrafted goods. Yeah.
They're still there? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, okay. Good to know.
Okay.
Again, what learned, but nice. happy to hear more.
All right. Thank you, first of all, for having me. It's been a great pitch event so far. And I want to share my screen with you. Can you please give me short feedback if that's working?
Looks good.
Perfect. Yes. My name is Chris. I'm co-founder of the creator economy marketplace, mytalents.com. And our impact and mission is to empower everyone to share their passion and creativity with the world by offering creative workshops and experiences. So to understand mytalents.com, let us look through the eyes of our customers, users. I'm sure you can relate here. Nearly everybody is in search for new experiences to enrich our lives, especially now in COVID, of course, but also before and after. People are looking for workshops, activities, and courses for leisure and B2B for jobs. We have many customers, B2B customers, who look for virtual team building experiences, for example. On the other side of our platform, there are the talents, people who want to share their creativity and passion by offering workshops and courses. But due to technological and marketing challenges, the offerings of these people, they remain invisible. So the problem is that supply and demand for experiences, they do not match today. This is where our marketplace kicks in. We are the Etsy for life experiences. And like on Etsy, our talents have an own shop on our marketplace where they can offer their workshops. You can see the arrow on the left side here. He's a very famous TikToker with 3.4 million followers. And amazing Jana, right next to him, she is a great hand lettering artist. 2 examples of 150 talents we have right now on our marketplace who give workshops and courses, sell them through our platform. And with our solution, they don't need a web shop, they don't need a website, they don't need to care for the transaction, they don't need to do billing. And we even send the Zoom links for the online workshops to the customers right after the booking. And through mytalents.com, like Marcus found a photography workshop and Antje found a pub quiz for her team. Our business model is very easy. We get a commission fee for every ticket sold through our platform. Yes, and here's the team, which is building and operating our marketplace. Juliana is in charge of the marketing and branding. Michael, my co-founder, is in charge of the product dev. And my most important job is to keep their bag free so they can concentrate on the branding and the marketplace. And I'm also responsible for customer service. We are very happy to have 150 talents right now and around 100,000 platform turnover. And by the end of the year, 21, we expect to have 1,000 talents and make nearly 1 million platform turnover. Right now, society is changing and many people are looking for opportunities to realize themselves and to make money with what they are really passionate about. And here is where our impact comes in. And if you are excited like us about creator economy, please feel free to connect with me for our seed round. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christian, for the great presentation. And I have to say, you have chosen great examples because I know Jana Hollmann and I know Markus Walter very well. He's a great photographer and expert in smartphone photography, how you can make the best pictures out of your little tiny smartphone. So well done.
Perfect. You see, we have real examples. Real use cases.
I can prove it. Yes, I can tell they're real examples. Fantastic. Dear jury members, any open questions?
Hi, Christian. Thanks for the pitch. So quick question, and I'm not sure if you maybe have answered it because I lost connection in between a little bit. So how do you make sure to validate that these talents, the qualifications, the uniqueness of the qualifications, because you also have ambitious goals saying we have 12,000 creators. So how do you balance quantity versus quality?
So first of all, we love that everyone has its own unique creativity and passion. So most of the times it's not up to me to judge what is good. But we have only 2 examples of people we did not like on our platform among 150 people we love to have on our platform. And if we can go with this quote, I think we are perfectly fine for the future. And on the long run, of course, quality is a very important topic, but we can assure that with the testimonials and the rating of the workshops. Did that answer your question, Georg?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
He has to think about it.
It's getting late, right?
Yeah. Any more question?
So what is your bigger challenge, like finding talents or finding customers?
Oh, our talents are the biggest asset. And so we want to be very quick here. Right now, we have signed the 5 among the 100 biggest TikTok account people. So our marketing strategy is to grow with people who have a lot of followers, so they transport our marketplace into the market. So our challenge is not to win customers, but to win right talents. They bring the customers.
Great.
Are you working with WeCreate in a sense of like getting the best and biggest influencers?
I just talked to Adil.
Okay, great. Good connection.
With whom? Adil? Adil Spice?
Yes. Yeah.
Or how is he? I know him as well. We know a lot of people. I think we should connect, right?
You live in Berlin, right?
Yeah. Excuse, no, I live in Munich.
Okay.
But Adil is from Austria.
Yes,
right?
yes. He's from, I guess, Wien, Vienna.
The world is so small,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
The GSA region. Yes. Any more questions? We have 25 seconds left for the last question.
Yes, so I'm not a judge, but I have a question. So what's the main difference to Udemy?
No way. No.
All right,
I'm just joking.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so what's the main difference to Udemy and services like this? I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
Perfect question. Udemy is doing on-demand classes, right? And mytalents.com is only live.
All right.
It's a simple answer.
Short question, short answer. Yet effective, right? Fantastic. Is there any more startup who is willing to pitch? That's your last chance. Hey, Dr. Bernadette.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you please tell me the name of your startup?
It's Menda Health Systems.
Fantastic. The stage is yours. Do you want to start? Ready to go?
Oh, sure. Let me pull on my slide.
Yes, in your own time. But it's very interesting because you're saying you're strengthening health system in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds very promising. Making universal health coverage a reality for underserved communities in sub-Saharan Africa can easily be achieved with digital health interventions. Fantastic.
So, yes, I am Bernadette. I'm originally from Cameroon. I'm based in Germany. I've been in Germany for more than 23, 24 years. So I've spent more than half of my life in Germany. And from background, I'm a biochemist. I've worked in research and in the the pharmaceutical industry, but over the past time, so this is my side hustle. Over the past months, 18 months, I've been into trying to see how to strengthen the health system. And basically, the important thing is we're talking of digitalization of health, but the inequalities and the inequities in the health system, in health service delivery, will not be per default uplifted with the digitalization if we do not take an evidence-based implementation strategy. So for me personally, I said, with the digitalization, we can bring health access to the last mile of the villages, but it is not enough to bring consultation through telemedicine. It is also important to bring diagnostic closer, because without diagnostic, the people cannot be able to have the quality of the health services that is needed. And for that, for digitalization to work, we have to bear in mind into consideration that 1, there are technological problems, 2, there is infrastructure problems, 3, there is literacy, both technological literacy, general literacy, health literacy, and then there is also the problem of cost. One thing that is also lacking when on the context of the Sub-Sahara and is the aspect of lack of data. And in order to improve on the health sector, data is needed both for clinical decision making and for policy and for public health policy. So at the center of digitalization of health within Sub-Saharan Africa will be the community health workers who are going to be able to help us try to reduce all of these biases and barriers. So let me take, for example, for the context of Cameroon, we have a situation where the cost of health is expensive. Cameroon has very low population to doctors density. So we can see that we have 0.09 physicians to 1,000 inhabitants. And for every $156 that is being spent on health, the out-of-pocket ratio is high because we have just $23 from the government, 20 from a development organization. So the out-of-pocket payment is about 113. And in Cameroon already they have implemented a performance-based financing for the community health workers. So community health workers, the principle of using the community health workers as health extension workers is not something new, but it is being used in the area of infectious diseases, now HIV, malaria, and now it is about trying to see what tools they can use for normal non-communicable diseases. It's just an example. Why it is important to consider is we have areas in Cameroon where during the dry season, you can have 20 minutes or 2 hours travel to the next health center, but during the rainy season, it becomes an issue. So we have already the community health workers that are there. My vision is how if we provide them with tools, just like the emergency doctor has his back, the community health worker would have a set of diagnostic tools that will assist her, and this will also help to make care easier for those people that are there to reduce commutation. One case is also like, let me take for a child, we still have high death rate due to under 5 rate. We also have high death rate when it comes to just because of the minimal access to health and also the minimal access to easy diagnostic. And with the modernization and with the involvement of artificial intelligence, we are seeing miniaturized tools that will be possible to reduce the case of death, like a child, like a baby Eno, if within his constituency, the community health worker can take care of him. For Cameroon, we also have the problem of armed conflict. At times, like Monday yesterday was Ghost Town Day. It means people cannot travel out, cars are not allowed. And if there's a community health worker around that has been empowered, they can also take care of such patients, and the doctor who is at distance can then give them the assistance that is needed.
Dear Bernadette, can you please come to the last 2 sentences? We are already over the time, please.
Okay, yes, this is where I'm coming in. What I am presenting is the box that we empower the community health worker to be able to take health outcomes that are important and transfer it to the doctor, so that we have health services closer to the patient. And for that reason, we need data, and data can only be done when you have possible diagnostic. And for me, it's about curating. I'm not trying to create or develop, it's just to curate the right tools for the right set of diseases, for the right community, and in an evidence-based manner.
Thank you so much. You made it. Yes, dear jury members. Any questions?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any open questions? Maybe in the meantime, while the jury is thinking what to ask you, you can tell us a bit about your call to action. What is a call to action? What do you want from us?
So what I need is a funding to at least to start to go in for the first proof of concept. Yes. Yeah, what I need is funding to go through the proof of concept, and because I'm already in discussion with the person of Long Pass. She's also a startup, and for that we need funding, because as I said, it is about evidence-based. I'm already in discussion with the local community. We curated, or we selected already the number of the type of diseases: diabetes, hypertension. And to be able now to come up with the first prototype and do a technology acceptance assessment.
Mm-hmm. Great. So can you tell us how much you need, how much funding you need?
In order for the first phase, in order to do that with 100,000, we are going to be able to have the technology assessment for the three gadgets, and then also go through the evidence and go through the ethics and all that, and go through the training for the community health workers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know. So, dear jury members, do you have any questions so far? I think they still need to digest all the information that you provided them with, right? So, in fact, feel free, anyone who has questions, to get back to Dr. Bernadette. Interesting case. Wow, so exciting so far. So, I suppose we have run through every startup, unless someone contradicts. Yes, I'm right. Oh, wow. It's been a fantastic evening. Marina, you know what? I'm so excited. I want to know who made it, right? Well, the winners of today. Marina, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm just about to close the voting. Yeah, okay, let's close the voting, and I will announce the results right now. One moment. Okay.
Maybe we can give everyone like 1 more minute to still maybe sort it out, and
yeah, could we get some more minutes too?
Actually, I already closed. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought we're kind of summarizing the results. I was quick. It's just one button to press.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And actually, anyway, we have a big number of judges who voted today, so the results are statistically, let's say, like validated anyway. So, and we have a very interesting situation. We actually have 2 winners today, as I see.
2 winners at the same time.
Same scores, you can imagine. I had in Berlin now the situation that we had
in
2
Berlin
places and 2 second places.
Yeah, German-speaking regions.
Yeah, that's
they
German
can't decide, you know, and they're so humble. They need to announce 2 winners. We are so good, you know.
Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, let's start from the 3rd place. The 3rd place winner today is PaketConcierge.
Hey!
Congratulations.
PaketConcierge.
Thanks.
So,
nice.
Yeah, so congratulations. How do you feel?
Gregor.
Well, it's an honor to be at least on the podium. So thanks. Thanks for the feedback from the judges. Thanks for the questions, and reach out if you're interested in following our voyage or becoming an investor.
And thank you so much, Gregor. And I think you're looking forward to new opportunities already after this event. So hopefully, good luck. And the 2nd place winner for today is eCollect. Congratulations.
Hey guys, thank you very much for announcing me. Perfect. I actually moved location, so I'm very honored to win this prize, and thank you very much for you guys and the jury. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for participating and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Now we have 2 first places. So the first place winner is Tachyon Systems. Congratulations. I don't see the guys.
Are they here?
Okay. I think they will be very happy anyway. And let's announce the 2nd first place winner for today. This is Crispify. Congratulations, Crispify. So everybody can actually.
Just a second. Marina, can you please look in this in the chat what I've written to you?
One moment. I'm sorry. Oh, this is actually interesting. One moment. So then I think this. One moment. Let me check.
Yes. Can you please check it?
Yeah, I'm checking the thing.
We have to be transparent here, and I noticed something, and we are just currently.
I see what happened. So
what happened?
Let me check again the Crispify. The thing is that 2 judges put them. 2 judges put them the marks just according to their profile. So they evaluated the profile and put the marks. So sometimes some judges, they evaluate the startups during the battle. They have to leave and they evaluate the startups in advance. Or some judges who cannot be present, but they have the voting link, they evaluate. Just I saw one evaluation before the meeting started. So what shall we do? It's statistical. We have 2 winners, but in fact only one was pitching. So I think we should give what? What do you think, Irene? This is the first time.
Okay. Yes, I have to be honest. Both of the 2 first winners didn't pitch, and I think it's fair enough to say that only those that pitched are the winners, you know. And I have to say it straight away. It's my first time doing this right now, but I know exactly that Crispify and Tachyon Systems have not been pitching, and to be honest, I don't care if any judge voted for them just according to the profile, but I think it should be relevant this way. So I would rather say, like, we move the 2nd and 3rd place forward and push someone else on the 3rd place. That would be my suggestion.
Okay, then we have the winner, right? And probably, yeah, it's our co-organization.
So in this case, it's Mark Schillinger with eCollect. Well done.
It's like with the Olympics. Well, I'm very honored now to be winner. Thank you very much. The whole organization is celebrating. being second is also great, but being first is even better. So thank you very much.
It's even better because it means that you will move on to the European battles, right? To the Unicorn
battles. Move on Western European battle we're gonna have the 22nd of April. So you'll participate.
Okay.
Congratulations.
We're ready to do so. Thank you very much.
Yes,
yeah,
so
we did a little bit another scenario with Irene today because it was your first event and we had more startups than normally we have. And normally by the procedure of unicorn battles, if startup is not pitching, I'm removing it from the system. And so today we didn't do this, I'm sorry. And that's why we had this situation that the first places of the startups which didn't pitch. So again, eCollect is going to be number 1. PaketConcierge is going to be number 2, the second place, and then we have the third place winner. It's Clean Ocean Coatings.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! You can see the scores of all startups. It's open and it's on our site, the same landing page. You can see the scores, the average from the voting of all the judges. So it's transparent and fair. It's just, I think we will hide from the system Crispify and Tachyon systems so that the winners will be visible in the right order right now.
Yes, I have to say in this case, like, okay, I'm sorry for that because both Crispify and Tachyon, they agreed to be here and pitching, but suddenly they changed their minds. And I'm sorry that it has to come this way, but if you make a mistake, we are honest and say it. And so we had to change the system in the last second. I'm really, really sorry for that, but still, I hope that it's fine for you, eCollective and PaketConcierge in the third place. And we cannot avoid it that some judges also just vote based on the profile and based on their preferences. Okay.
Yeah,
if there are
use us for the first time, and we have the first time this situation, and for the future we will avoid it.
Hey guys, I'm honored now to take the first place, but if there are any legal consequences out of it, you know, and the other two are threatening you with law cases, I'm just stepping down. Okay, I just want to mention that.
No, we hope
nobody's going to us with the law cases.
Well, again, thanks a lot to everyone who participated. We had awesome startups here pitching. Thanks a lot to the jury members for your support, for your valuable input. Thanks a lot to Marina and the Startup.Network for the support and for being here. And also to Founder Institute with your high level of support and energy. I'm so happy about that. And I still have to mention again, Sven and I will be hosting on the 20th of May, the super duper startup online event, especially for female entrepreneurs and female founders. And of course, the great startups who have been pitching here and have at least one female founder in their team are happy to participate. And we are looking forward to it. And anyone who's willing to support, and may I also welcome who really are eager on promoting female entrepreneurship. And feel free to network, to connect with one another. And I'm so happy about the first time, the first round, and I promise in the future it will get even better. Wish you a lovely evening. Thanks a lot. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Irene, for hosting the event, for organizing.
Bye.
Thanks,
Irene. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening. So looking forward to see you next time. And you're very welcome to visit my upcoming European battles. Eastern Europe, 8th of April, and Western Europe, 22nd of April. Let me put it in the chat because I will just put it in the chat.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you next time. Bye-bye.
I have a question, Irene.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Where do we find the votings and rankings again?
Marina, I think we can send it to them. Is it correct?
To send voting links.
I think you said, Marina, that
the results of the voting.
Oh, I thought they're open. I thought we can see
The results of the voting are open. It's only system which judge which startup, but the startups and the guests see the results of the voting like an overall score. Yeah, and the score is available on the website, the same landing page. I can give you the link again. One moment.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm just trying to update it with removing the 2 startups which were not mentioned from the final list. One moment.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Sure, please.
I do apologize, you cannot see me, but I'm looking at the scores and basically what I don't understand. Okay, at the highest scores is 10, and we have 3 startups with 10.
The highest score is 5.
5.
No, I'm looking at the scores on the page. Yes, so basically, it's either you have.
I think it's a different scoring. Alex says. I think it's not the claps, the votes on the page, but there's a different kind of score, isn't it? It's not online yet.
So it's not online. So
yeah, it's
you cannot see the scores
like
yet.
thumbs up. It's not online. It will be published when we have the official finish of the event.
Okay.
Not yet. I stopped the voting, but it's not yet published. Just review it in a couple. Let's say in half an hour it should be published already.
Okay, so it's not.
One moment. I just clicked. Now you will see it. 1 moment. I'm just trying to talk on it, and at the same time I'm trying to update the page. So excuse me. Now I'm reloading it, and it should be visible. Yes, now you see the scores. It's visible.
Okay.
I can see them as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes, and welcome to other unicorn battles in Europe. I gave the links, be my guest, and any questions, please contact also me directly on LinkedIn or on email.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Good
Have a
evening.
wonderful evening.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This opportunity.
Okay.